Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now, I'm out here today in the backyard enjoying a beautiful fall day. Got the wood stove all fired up, enjoying some time out here, just doing some carving, hanging out, enjoying my pup, enjoying this beautiful weather, but also enjoying this awesome Venustas camp chair. Now this is a heated camp chair. In my prior videos, I have looked at Venustas products. They do a great job. I have one of their jackets. My wife has one of their vests. We really enjoy them. So today, getting this heated chair out here on a cool day is awesome. Now, I'm not going to say this is really warming me up, but it's definitely taking off the edge. That's one thing I can say about these products. They take off the edge. They give you a little bit of an advantage, and especially when it's super cold outside. So having a chair like this with me today is absolutely sweet. And so what we're going to do, we'll go through this in detail. I'll show you some practical applications, how I've used this so far, enjoying it out here today. And then we'll bring it back to the studio. I'll go through this in complete detail, and then I'll wrap this up with my final thoughts. And so with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Venustas who did provide this for review.
And so now as we take a look at the Venustas heated chair. This chair has multiple heating modes. It has a 7.4 volt, 5000 milliamp hour battery, which translates to 37 watt hours of power. Now, as you can see, I did use this in a number of different occasions, but most specifically where it makes the most sense for my needs, well, my kids' soccer games, my kids' sports, the fall events, backyard campfires. Things like that where you want to take advantage of just taking the edge off. Now, I'm not going to say this completely heats your back, but it definitely takes the edge off. This has multiple heating modes, so when you long press for about 3 to 5 seconds, you'll get a soft blinking light. That's the preheat mode. That is getting your seat up to about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. The high mode is 130 degrees, and that's the color red. When it goes to the white mode, so your second mode, 113 degrees Fahrenheit, that's kind of the medium mode. And then the blue is the low mode, that's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. All in all, again, enough to take the edge off of your back. You'll notice there are a number of different accessories, and this is very nicely made.
Now I just want to take a quick minute and remind you guys that I currently have a gear giveaway. For any paying members on my Patreon, you will be eligible for the giveaway. So do me a favor, if you're interested in getting your hands on some awesome gear, take a look in the description box below where you can find all the relevant links.
few last details to discuss. First off, you can see comes nicely packaged, which is great. Comes in a box, so if you're giving this as a gift or something like that, that's definitely a nice touch. In terms of the storage sack, what I can tell you is it's quite tight. It's going to take you a little bit to get this on, and it's going to take a little bit of practice. So in my opinion, generally with this type of thing, if you just had an extra inch of fabric, it would go a long way. So this is very, very tight. I would not be surprised to find I eventually tear this and it rips. But anyway, beyond that, to basically break down the chair, at first I was kind of having a hard time getting it fully broken down. You can hear it does kind of click when you set it down into place, but what I found is when I step around the back side of the chair, grab under the arms, pull it into literally, and you just saw exactly what that did. I pull it into me, and at that point, it allows it to fold up. There is a little bit of a click going on in there, and I think that's partly because this is all plastic. Again, as I take the chair, you can see, sits down into place, everything nice and rigid, robust. And then again, to break it down, pulling it into me, there you go. And that's what I found is definitely the easiest. So all in all, the Venustas heating chair, very nice. Now as we work through the different modes, dimming down the light so you can see it a little bit easier, the button here, I am going to hold this down, and a few seconds later, it comes to life. So there, you can see a little bit of breathing. The light kind of breathes in and out. So the red being the high, white being the medium, blue being the low, and then back to high. What I can tell you is this is quite hard to see in the daylight. So that's something you'll notice, I kind of try to shade it so I can see. That's hard to see in the daylight. Not a big deal, but it is something to consider. Long press here and back off. As we take a look at the battery, inside here, the Venustas battery. I have used this exact battery with my coat, and as you take a look on the inside here, this is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So it's not a major capacity, but at the same time, it's definitely capable. This is really, in my opinion, sort of on the smaller side at this point. I'd like to see a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, but not a big deal. USB Type-C rechargeable, which is awesome, and it does double as a power bank if you need it to. At first, I was kind of bummed out thinking that this does have a proprietary connector, but it doesn't matter that much because at least this is rechargeable via USB Type-C. But it does limit this and its capabilities to running basically just this chair. Again, not a big deal, and I can also technically use this in my coat, so that's kind of cool. And at that, one thing to note is when you press the button here on the side, you'll notice this has 51% left. I do kind of wish that the readout was on the same side as the button. So in other words, I wish the button was here, and when I could press it, I'd see the readout on the side. But again, not a big deal, just a personal preference thing. And so, all right, guys, there you have it. A look at this heated camp chair from the company Venustas. All in all, a fairly simple conceptual idea, but I think they did a great job in the execution. Generally speaking, very well made, comfortable, just beautifully crafted. I think there are some little subtle things that, in my opinion, would just bring this to the next level. I'm not a big fan of the plastic on here. I'm not a big fan of the fact that you end up with these sort of open spots that are exposing some of the foam. I think that is just a little attention to detail that could bring this from really, really good to a great chair. I do like the fact that the heating element can come out of this, kind of doubles as more of a summer option. But for me personally, I'll probably reserve this to really more of that sort of fall situation, maybe early spring, where you do want to leverage that battery and just keep this all contained and nice. It's awesome having something that just takes the edge off and is a premium chair. Very, very nicely made. And one thing I can tell you is, well, if you listen to my wife, who's going to tell you, a warm wife is a happy wife, and a happy wife is a happy life. I wish it was that simple. I hope it is.
She says it is, but what I can tell you is she absolutely loves Venustas products. She likes their vest. She likes the chair. I've been very happy with their coat and now having the chair. It's really, really nice. So heated gear is great for pretty much everybody. And so again, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Venustas for providing this for review. And for the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor. Take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there, so if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless too. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.